Oh, there she is. This creature is called the Vectispinus, and this is a Tristan's additional creatures mod, and this mod is of a larger Spino. He gets a Spino buff that he normally gets, but he also has a water beam-like attack, which is beastly, and it does bleed damage, just like the Wyverns. I'll put the spawn commands up for this boy, so this will summon in a 150, either wild or tamed. This mod also introduces a new weapon to be able to knock out this guy. So it's a railgun which you need energy cells for. These energy cells can be made in your inventory and they're relatively cheap to make, and honestly, this is like tranq darts, electrical tranq darts on steroids. It will knock him out so fast, you'll probably need about 5 shots, which means you don't need a trap. It is amazing, and really cheap considering. Nice. Next we'll move on to spawn locations. So the spawn locations that I found are Connor Island, which is a really common one, and sometimes they spawn on the arrow underneath, but it's not as common, but you can still find some there if you really want to. Nice. My initial plan for taming this boy was to trap him in a 4 gateway trap with doors, but it didn't work out at all, so I figured I'd give it a try of just shooting him, running away, shooting him, running away. The railgun has a short cooldown time, but honestly you only need to shoot him about 7 times. This is a 150 I've found, and he still goes down like a ton of bricks. He does get stunned when you hit him with the railgun, and it does little to no damage to his health, so it's pure torpor damage almost, and it is insane. You can use this gun on any other tame, and it is a game changer if you get this railgun. Also, if it comes down to it and you don't have a railgun unlocked because you're too low a level, you can actually find them with their babies following them, so all you have to do is murder their parents, you know, no problem whatsoever, and then rob their kids. Just in case you want to go that way with it, it is definitely possible, and yeah, go for it. Nice, kill some parents, nice. They are slow, which makes this taming method possible, but the one thing you've got to watch out for is their water breath, because it does slow you and it does damage you over time. So that can cause you real problems if you're on this island, you run into a T-Rex or something when you try and tame him, or he's got a mate or 2 with him, so just be wary. Nice, that's not this well. No. So I killed level 10, just before I saw him, there was a little dummy icon above his name, and I found this level 10 baby, so it's definitely doable and sometimes a bit easier. Nice. Next up we have the preferred food. In this case it's extraordinary kibble. He is a carnivore though, so you can feed him meat, but honestly kibble just works so much better. You want all the levels in this boy, trust me. It does. This took a few in-game hours, but it didn't take long at all considering I used kibble, which is obviously the best method and the fastest method, so it's definitely recommended. Next up, you want a saddle for this boy. This boy has 2 saddles, so the earlier level one, which allows you to ride him and do his bite, his water attack, all that good stuff. And that level for 85, you've got an artillery saddle. This artillery saddle allows you to fire artillery missiles from him, and honestly, it's so much fun. They're lightweight as well, so you don't have to worry about carry weight, and honestly, yep, you just light them up. You fire 4 missiles at once, well, really fast succession anyway, and it's just so much fun. Nice. It's really good for big teams in front of you. I tried it on RG, I was literally following around for ages, so for RGs and stuff that's going to circle you and move around, it's probably not ideal, but the big boys, it's really nice. Nice. I'll put up the full range of abilities and all the console/PC or Xbox controls on here just so you have a good variety of it. So there's a standard bite, there's holding the left trigger /right click for a water breath attack. This obviously causes the bleed. To enter artillery mode, if you have the artillery saddle equipped anyway, it's space X or A, and you obviously can use this to fire beastly ton of missiles, which aren't too bad to make, and you do make quite a lot of them at the same time. There's Q, which is the aesthetic roar, then there's C, which is another roar, but it's the buff roar, which obviously gives you the buff the Spino gets. Nice, like health regeneration and all that good stuff. Beastly. Let's face it, you want this boy because of this attack. This is his water pump ability /whatever. This causes bleed, it looks really nice and clean, and it also does a crap ton of damage. It also uses up a lot of stam, so you got to keep an eye on that, but honestly it's worth it. Also, if you do that, you might have a quick poo sesh like my boy right here, because he's gagging for it, but other than that, that's all it takes. So if you want to level up stamina to have this ability keep going, it is probably worth it, because the amount of damage you can output, especially with the little bleed on the end, is worth it. Nice. This first roar I'm doing is the aesthetic roar. You'll see on the next roar I do, the top right hand corner, the timer refreshes. This is the ability buff roar, which obviously allows you to get the Spino buff without obviously having to be in the water, which is lovely. So his basic bites don't do really a lot of damage, but when you see the amount of damage you can output and the bleed that comes with it for the water ability, it is really nice. Actually, it just like literally burns them down to a crisp. See you later, skater. So now we're back on the artillery saddle. This can be unlocked at level 85, at the same level you need to be to unlock the artillery missiles. So obviously this allows you to fire a lot of missiles in quick succession to do a lot of damage real quickly. And we'll show you how it does in a minute. Right. So like I said, it's not too bad. A whole stack of these is 100 and they weigh 10, so you can literally pile them up on this boy and constantly fire missiles, and it's going to do a lot of damage real quick, let's face it. Once you enter artillery mode, you'll see a little notification pop up at the top and it'll change your field of view, and what you'll see is this, firing the missiles fast. It does a lot of damage, especially if you get headshots. Obviously, with some tames, it's better than others. As you see, this boy's literally in my tummy right now, and trying to get the right angle is a bit awkward, but say if this was a Rex in front of you, there's no way you can miss, and there's no splashback, so you'll be fine just to constantly fire. So it is really nice, and the damage you can see come out is beautiful. These missiles can destroy environmental structures like wild stone, wild trees. Once you've installed this mod, obviously the BPs for this, so the artillery and the leather saddle, can actually be found in red drops. So obviously there are ones available rather than just basic standards. Thanks for watching how to tame a Vectispinus, and I'll see you in the next one.